Reds Cozy Games here, back with another video, and we have a bit of a bumper episode today. I have 25 of these player picks to do for the promo. It is 6:05 on Friday, so the new promo just hit the shelves. So we're gonna hit that up. Of course, this is we're in the middle of the World Cup promo, but what I mean by new promo is there's new promo cards out. I believe it's Team 2, so that's awesome. We've got 25 of these player picks, then we've got a few other packs to open. Then I thought I would show you what I think is the best FIFA card that I think I've ever used over any FIFA. And then of course we will jump into a draft. So let's jump into these. Let's jump into these packs to begin with. Fortunately, a lot of these are going to be duplicates, but we can't do a great deal about that. I'm hoping we get at least one half decent card here. I haven't really seen too many of these opened. I managed to sort of catch the last 15 minutes, and this was the amount I could draft basically in that time. 86 Odegaard's pretty nice. It's quite nice because of course we have the Haaland and Odegaard is about as good as a chem connection as you're going to get outside of Man City players. I would take lots of high rated fodder. That would be cool. I hope that everyone is doing well. I hope that people are managing to snap up some deals. It's the Black Friday sales started today on a lot of platforms. I don't think it's actually Black Friday until next Friday, but not most places, but a lot of the big places such as Amazon, eBay, etc., they've all started their Black Friday sales today, so I hope that people have waited if they needed anything from the shops and they've got themselves a bargain. Svensson there, another Norwegian. So we have like 9 left. Let's see if we can get something decent from the final 9. I didn't really have the highest hopes of these, if I'm honest. There's Alvarez, the Man City player. He's looked pretty damn good. On the games he's actually gotten. Whoops. Sometimes I miss something on screen. We know we've already got Alvarez, but we've already got both of these, so sometimes I miss something on screen because my mic is very close to me. So sometimes I just don't see if, for example, the right hand card on screen right now, the PK, I can't see whether it's owned unless I crane my neck to the left. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is currently. I need to get a mic stand, and I may head up the Black Friday sales for that. So largely disappointing. I think we got almost as many quick sales there as we did, not quick sales, discards there as we did the normal card. So what we have here is premium gold pack, an 81 plus team in a week pack, a jumbo premium gold pack, and a jumbo premium gold pack. But what I think I'm going to do first is I'm going to jump over to these promos, and we're going to open this Path to Glory Essentials pack. first. It is 125k pack. Let's hope we get something. So this is a walkout. Checo, by the looks of things, not great. Of course, we get a bunch of player picks. We get various 84s and 83s. Not too bad for fodder, really. These are untradeable, so we'll see if we've got any tradable ones of these players here. We'll throw these down here and those up there. And then we will go and do these. Oh, this is a Path to Glory loan card. These are, I believe, the new Path to Glory players. Pulisic, of course, from the Chelsea and American teams. I kind of hope that I would like to see the American team do something, but that means either England or Wales are likely to suffer. Likely Wales, but I don't think I'm very interested in any of these cards. We'll take Pulisic. Okay, whoops. Let's do the hero card loan. These are, of course, the new ones. I think we'll take Smolarek. I have so many of these World Cup cards at this point. I'd be surprised if a lot of these weren't duplicates. That Dembele is a pretty nice one to pick up, though. Actually, we actually aren't getting very many duplicates here at all. I'm really surprised by that. I spoke too soon. Bernardo Silva is a nice pickup. I'm interested to see how much influence the Ronaldo interview has on the Portuguese team. I imagine it's not going to affect them whatsoever because it's different. I mean, other than the actual Man United players in the Portuguese team, I can't really see why the Portuguese players would be too bothered by it. But it's a very interesting situation, isn't it? It's a strange one. It's one that we may, well, at least I kind of hope we'll never see again, because it's not the sort of thing you want happening a lot in the world of football, I don't think. Let's jump in and let's get a jumbo rare players back here. Come on, treat us well, please. Oh no. Not even a walkout, unfortunately. Gosh, that sucks. I'll probably throw the 83s up here, then discard the rest. I do wonder if maybe they, of course we didn't have much luck last week when it came to the packs, but I did see just a crazy amount of absolutely wild packs last week. So I do wonder if they might have been forced this week to tone down the pack weight a bit. I hope they don't, because I really think that if you're going to buy packs, that you really should get your value for money, you know, and that's just generally not the case. But I think, you know, that FIFA could get away with making the packs so much cheaper. I think make them so cheap that everybody can afford a decent amount of them, and they'd probably sell more packs if they did that, and I guess the game would still be paid to win in a way, but not in such a big way, and I think people would appreciate that. Let's open this Foundations pack. Give us a walkout. We do have a walkout. Is that Neymar? That's the second week running that we pack Neymar. Unbelievable. Of course, this week he is untradeable, but that's even better, actually. And maybe it's not even better, but I am certainly extremely happy to have an untradeable Neymar in the club. I don't think I'm going to bother doing too many of these. Let's just do a few of them and see if we can get a little bit of money out of it. But that's crazy that we packed Neymar 2 weeks running. That really is incredible. So Neymar's into the club, and actually when I show you the team that I am using right now, Neymar would probably, in fact would definitely slot into the team. Like I said at the start of the episode, I want to show the best player that I've used, and I have to say that relatively he is very reasonably priced. At least he was when I purchased him. He's a lot more expensive now, but that said, compared to the players that he is a match for, or in my opinion even better, he's incredible, and incredibly well priced in comparison. Did I already just get a hazard in these packs? I can't remember. I'm going to pick it anyway. I didn't. That's lucky. What do we have here? We have a Zielinski. Of course we did get a second hazard there. And last but not, we'll get Martinez Quarta. Okay, so how many points do we have left? We have 1,100 points. I do want to save 300 points for the draft, so we'll hit this up. No walkout this time, unfortunately. I should get rid of all those, chuck those in the club. Let's jump into these final 2 player picks. Okay, so is there anything we can afford and still have 300 points? There isn't really. I mean, I guess we could open a, you know what, let's just save those points for now. Let's get into these packs here. We'll start with the premium gold pack. Not a walkout, so we will skip it. Tielemans isn't that bad though. Quite happy to get the Tielemans and put him in the club. I am going to do an 84, an 85, possibly an 86 rated club stock in about 40 minutes, or when I have finished with this episode, because the prices are at a place that basically they're too cheap, and this promo is going to produce more and more need for those for the fodder. So let's jump into this jumbo premium gold pack. Again, unfortunately, no walkout, so we will skip it, and jump into these last two player picks. So we did get an icon pack, but I decided that the price of the base icon pack and the players that you can get in it, that honestly, I felt like it was too big of a gamble at this stage of FIFA with all the promos that are coming out and the possible need for large fodder. I decided that I would kind of like maybe prefer to do a World Cup Hero pack instead of an icon pack. I'm assuming that will come maybe Monday, maybe next Monday, or the Monday after. It tends to be the Mondays that they do these big upgrade packs. So I think I'm gonna wait. The icon packs are always so good, but the problem is, I mean, they're hype, aren't they? But the problem is there are so many terrible icons that you just wouldn't want to use. I mean, we already have Shevchenko, who just frankly just can't get into the team, even if I'm just using a full untradeable team. And this year, the heroes, they're just so much better when it comes to making decent, fun teams, because they're just much easier to link. So I thought that, I'm just going to wait, going to use the money to do some more trading, some more investing, and then in the future we can really go ham on them. But at this point, I think if we didn't get lucky, which of course the chances are you're not going to get lucky, I felt like the club would go backwards by doing it. And at the minute we're moving, I think we're at 3.5 to 4 million coins. We're at like 6.5 million trade profit or something. So we're really moving in the right direction, and I want to be able to do as much content in the future as possible. So icon pack, I decided not to do it this time around, but if it makes sense in the future, which I'm sure it will, then we'll hit the icon packs and we'll hit them quite hard. So let's jump into this 81 plus team of the week player pack. This is the first one we've done. It is a walkout. It's Spanish though. Petri. Do you know what? As far as Spanish players go, Petri is not the worst one to get. It's maybe one of the best ones to get, so we're definitely not going to moan about that. Now, the packs. We're finished with the packs now. I want to move on to my investments, our current investments. I have, as you can see here, invested heavily in these Path to Glory players, especially Gnabry. Now I picked up these Gnabry's. I got one for 67k, I think. Can I find him? I think he's like the last one. Is this one? No. Well, anyway, I have 16 Gnabry's here, all bought for 75k. Last time I checked, he's already at the mid-80s. He might be up 10k already, so it's already a win. But I'm going to hold him till, there we go, 66k. I'm going to hold him till at least the day of the first game, at least, maybe beyond. I just think there's no way that Gnabry doesn't get an upgrade of K. Germany don't have the easiest group. They do have Spain, and they have Japan in that group too. Japan, they're a quality outfit, and I think that Japan could spring an upset, but I think that they're more likely to upset Spain than Germany. If they do, I mean, Germany and Spain have to be favourites to go through, but I think the Germans are going to walk the group, and I think that second place is going to be a battle between Spain and Japan, Spain could turn up and be too good. You know, the Spanish team, they have that option. They have a lot of good players, but I just have a feeling that Japan, they might cause an upset. But I'm not worried about Germany. I'm more worried about Spain. So we have 16 Nabries. Whoops, a majority of them at 75k. Now he's in the mid-80s. In fact, I could check it if you bear with me 1 second. I am now clicking on the Path to Glory on Footbin. If I just put down my controller just for 1 second. I'll take a quick drink. If I click on the Path to Glory on my PC, Nabry, his current lowest bin is 85, so every one of these cards is up 10k. I expect that to maybe go up another 15 to 20k. In the hype of the World Cup, they could well go a lot higher than that. The thing about this card is already the best right winger in the Bundesliga. So he already has value without any upgrades whatsoever. So with that in mind, before anything happens, this card has got a lot of value, and he's too low. This card is far too low. On top of that, the Germans, they really could go deep in this tournament. I mean, I don't think anyone would say that the Germans don't have a chance to win it. They're up there, I think, you know, Argentina, Portugal, France, these teams, Brazil, these teams are all the favourites, but I think Germany have got a chance to win this tournament, and they're always so good in the World Cup. So I think this Nabry is a very safe investment, a very safe investment. This Milik I packed, I don't remember, I think it might have even been in our pack opening the other day, I think it was. But I'm holding on to him. This Carvajal I picked up at 129k. His card is currently 172k. So we're already up 43k on this card. I just said not long ago that I think that the Spanish clubs, the Spanish side, they could go there, they could win it. But I am not 100% certain they're getting out of the groups. But that doesn't matter. He's going to continue to rise in hype, and this is one I may well just get sell into the hype when I can. So we have a Carvajal. Next up we have a Delaney. The thing with this Delaney card, I hope that the Danes do well. Denmark is my second favourite team in the world. I have lots of close links with Denmark, and I really hope that they do well. But this card is so low in price that I really don't mind it. It's a decent card. It's not bad. There's a real lack of outstanding CDMs and centre mids in this game. So I think Delaney that there's a use for this card, and that's an important thing. We have, on top of that, we have a Plata, who we picked up for next to discard, and an Oviedo, who we picked up for discard. There's no risk in these two cards. There's absolutely zero risk in these cards because, as I said, we picked them up at discard. Maybe they come into this tournament and they absolutely go ham. If they get through the group stage, they're going to go up by a lot. So there's absolutely no risk in picking up these discard cards and sticking them in the club and forgetting about them. That's going to work lovely. So that's where we're at with these investments. Now I have more investments, but they are in the club, and I'm going to take you there now and show you And my other investments are, so recently we had a nerf to lengthy players. My Haaland is very upset about this. I'm very upset about my Haaland. He dropped from 2 million coins to like 850k. That is unreal. Luckily for us, of course, ours is untradeable, so it's still a good card. I've been using it, and it's still. I wouldn't say it's just as good, but it's still absolutely fantastic. I picked up Messi because the movement has been towards explosive players. That seems to be the idea of what the new meta is. So I picked up this Messi, and I thought, look, I'd just build a team around it, and that's where the Neymar could come into. Our new Neymar card could come into this team. This Jack Grealish, I'm not so sure about it so far. I've been trying it. It's okay. It just, yeah, it's not making me think, yeah, this is a great card. I hoped it could be. I thought maybe it could be. At Cam, it might be a decent card. These hero cards, I picked them up because they're going out. They were going out of packs, and we only had a week of backing them. They are so much better than the normal hero cards that I really think that there's going to be a huge demand for these cards in the future, especially, as I said earlier, they're just better than icons currently, so it makes sense that they're going to carry on being very much in demand. Another thing, as I said earlier, centre mids, there is a huge disparity between how many good centre mids there are and how many good players there are in other positions. So I think that this deck count might well do pretty well. Its high work rates, pretty damn good for a central mid that you want going up and down the pitch. You know, of course, he was known as an industrial forward. He would really put the hard miles in for Liverpool back in the day, and he does the same in this game, and he is a very fun player to use now. He is slightly down on what I bought him for. I bought him for 323k, and if I navigate my way to the heroes on the bin, I can tell you that, as I said, 323k. I paid for him. He's currently 312k, so I'm down about 10k. If you factor in EA tax, I'm down maybe 26k, 25k, something like that. That's not an issue for me, because as he goes out of packs, demand is going to stay where it is, I think, maybe even go up, and his supply obviously is not there, so he's going to rise out of packs. I'm very happy with holding on to him for now. This Ljungberg card simply was just too cheap. I mean, I don't understand how this card did not fly off the shelves. Honestly, he was just too cheap. He's still too cheap. I still don't really understand why he is not selling for more than he currently is, or not worth more than he currently is. I mean, you could put this card next to, say, Robbie Keane, who has got an SBC that costs nearly 900k, and the cards that they're not that far apart, and Ljungberg's better in a lot of these stats than Keane. Yeah, one of these cards is worth 80k and the other is worth 863. is up about 10k on where I got him. I expect him to carry on going up. I expect this card. I really wouldn't be surprised if this card reaches 200k. I really wouldn't be surprised if it does. I can't say when that will be. I can't say whether it's going to be soon. Like I say, I am expecting them to bring out a hero pack, a World Cup hero pack at some point, and that will, of course, make the prices for these cards go down. But for the time being, I don't expect that anytime soon. Next Monday at the very soonest, so I may sell him before then. I expect him to rise over the weekend, and maybe I'll probably take a dip on Sunday. I may well sell him on Saturday. Peak time tends to be Saturday, so I may well go ahead and sell him on there. Now this Auroran, wow, this is the best card I have used in any FIFA ever, and I have in the past had Prime Mullet, I've had Prime Ronaldo. This is the best card I've ever used in FIFA. He is absolutely unreal. Now, his pace, I don't know if you ever played career mode, where you played it for fun and you decided to turn the speed and the acceleration all the way up on career mode, so that your players were just absolutely ridiculous compared to the opposition. This is how this card feels. It is incredible. He zips past every defender in the game. He makes Van Dijk look like a snail. His shooting is great. If you put this card up against Mbappe, Gold Mbappe, who is like 1.3 million, if you put this card up against Mbappe, the cards are so similar. The difference is Mbappe's got like 2 more shooting, but Alarain's got like 3 or 4 more. I think it's 2 more pace, but if you look at his actual base stats, he's got like 3 or 4 more base stats overall. This card is just unreal. If you have not tried this card, you need to try it, and I think people are catching on with it, because if you look, I picked this card up for 589k. If I look for him on the website, he is now 720k, and I've seen him like almost close to 750, I believe. So he's up almost 140k from when I bought him. I am tempted to not just not sell this card. I'm tempted to just keep this card forever, because it is that much fun to play with. It is unreal. He's 6 foot. He's got 4-star, 4-star. His right foot feels equally as good as his left foot. His shots are unreal. He's got it all. He is unbelievable, and he can play so many different positions too. If I was to recommend one player in all of FIFA, it would be this card, and for the price, I just don't think there's another card that's even close to as good as him. Anyway, this is the team I've been rocking with to play some like squad battles and stuff like that. I haven't played a great deal of them, maybe 3, 4. I think I've played 7 games actually of Alarain. I think, what did he have? Whoops, let's have a look. So I've played 7 games. He scored 10 goals and 9 assists. He's unreal. So that is the trading / the best player I've ever used in FIFA part of this episode. Now let's go and jump into a draft. Let's use FIFA points and jump into the game. So our options here are 4-5-1, 4-3-1-2, 3-4-2-1, 4-3-2-1, or the 5-1-2-2. I think the 4-3-1-2 is the most tempting here. I've tried the 4-3-2-1, I just don't tend to get on with it this year. The 4-5-1 flat doesn't. I really feel like the centre mids just aren't quite as good as they have been in past FIFAs, and the game's not really adapted quite as well to the need of them as it has been in fast FIFAs. I think they're very, very important when it comes to defensive work, and they're very important to obviously bridge the gap between the defence and the forwards, but I feel like they're not as important when it comes to scoring goals and such this year. And that's a problem and that creates a problem if you have too many of them. I really feel like you need a little bit more in the very top part of the pitch. So with that in mind, we're going to go with the 4-3-1-2. Okay, so our options here. Smith Rowe, I'm really not that intrigued to use his card. Obviously, we're not going to use Cantrefa or Hoffman. We could take Sonny as a super sub, but I mean, we can't turn down Kaka, can we? So let's take Kaka as our captain, and of course he does start. But this is another thing with FIFA this year. The reserves and the subs really don't help you this year, so it's important that we try and get the best players possible in their positions from the actual starting 11. Now, Crouchy, they've done him dirty. I don't know if anyone's seen his World Cup card. It is discard, literally, at its lowest price. It is terrible. We're going to take Smolarek. I kind of wish that this was the World Cup hero, but he does have a lovely card this year. Now there's some interesting options here. Tony, of course, is in a lot of trouble. I think he's being charged with something like 135 accounts of collusion with betting. That's pretty bad. I hope it's just him betting on games, not his own games, but in just general football games where he didn't really get a great deal of benefit from it. Because I really like him as a player. We have this Griezmann and this Milic card. I think since they changed things, that this type of card just doesn't work anymore. Of course, this type of card, for the first time in many years, has been very useful this FIFA, but for like anything, every single year, we tend to get used to something, don't we? And then they change it on us, and it does keep things fresh. But I think that FIFA now plays much more like it has done in recent years. And with that in mind, I think we're going to go with Griezmann. I really want to try this Thiago card. And we don't really have a great other option, so we're going to do that. DePaul has a decent card, and it does give us 2 gems, so I think we'd go ahead and do that. We could just take Henderson here. We've got he's definitely not the best player to pick, but that gives us dual players from the same clubs. That does give us the potential to actually find some decent chem in this game, which tends to be an absolutely horrific thing to do. Wow, this as a choice because Koulibaly, of course we have Koulibaly in our, we have him untradeable in our squad, and this Koulibaly card is just unreal. It's just his normal gold. Wow, what a defender. But with chemistry in mind, I think we're going to take Van Dijk. I haven't really tried Van Dijk this year. It will give us the third Liverpool player. Maybe we get Koulibaly as our other centre back, but let's take Van Dijk here. Okay, so no Koulibaly, but Varane is definitely a decent pick too. Give us Alisson. No Alisson, but Martinez will give us a De Paul link, won't he? So I think that's what we're going to do. I have used Martinez in this FIFA, and he has been very bad. But we didn't really get any other great options, so we're going to do that. I think Walker's a very easy pick here. He is incredible in this FIFA. Okay, left back, give us an Atletico left back. Come on, a good one. We don't get it, but we do get Capdevia, which is every bit as good. And there you have our draft. That's unreal. I think currently this is our best draft of FIFA 23, and we haven't picked any reserves yet. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, typically the reserves they're not helpful, so I'm not going to expect too much help from the reserves. Again, so Zambrata just can't play. I am tempted by Campos, but I think that makes us lose chemistry. But we don't really have another option. I mean, Zambrata's fun, but again, we can't start him. Let's take Campos. Do we lose chemistry? We don't. Oh, we do. We do. You know what? If we get an Argentinian manager, we can start Campos. So let's bear that in mind for the future. Let's take this Pulisic card. Of course, we took it as a loan card earlier. So let's try it out in the draft. Nothing worth taking here, so we'll just take that one. And again, same thing here. Come on, game, give us something worth taking. Nothing worth taking again. We'll take Mertens for the rating. I seem to get this Landon Donovan card every single draft and whatnot. Let's take it anyway. Nothing good here, so we'll take the rating. That completes the American duo. Malaysia, come on. Give us something nice, game. Let's see if we get an Argentinian. We do. Perfect. So we'll do that. Yes. Let us back in, please. Edit lineup, and we'll do this. Perfect. And then let's line up our side with the highest possible rating. From left to right, like this. And that is videos and such, we could say it's like a multiple league hybrid, but in reality it's a 2 league hybrid. One I'm pretty happy with. I think we did a good job here. So that was a decent episode. We packed Neymar. We went through all of our trades. I showed the new team. I explained how Alain is the best player I've used in FIFA, and we just got an absolutely stonking draft. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and indeed for the continued support. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving a like and a subscribe